Welcome back everyone. Today we are going to learn a new stitch. So last week I showed you how to do the V-stitch. So today we are going to learn how to use the V-stitch to create what's called the tulip stitch. And the tulip stitch is absolutely beautiful, and once again it's spring summertime, so we got to make those flowers. So you are going to need 3 different colors of yarn. You're going to need your base color yarn. I am using white so that you can see the colors better. You will need a color for the leaves or your greenery, so I have this yarn picked out for that. And then you will need a color for your petals. So I'm picking this purpley color. And it's actually has different shades of purple in there, so it'll make it even more exciting. Okay, so for the base of your project, you want to make a chain in multiples of 3, and at the end you're going to add 1 extra one. So I actually went ahead and did my basic chain, and then you want to do 2 rows of single crochets. So that's typically what you would do between each of the rows that we're about to do. So then when you have your 2 rows of single crochets, you're actually going to go ahead and change colors to your green. Okay, so now that you finish that, you are going to chain 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to turn your work, and you are going to place a double crochet into that first stitch. Okay, so we have created our first V. So now we are going to skip 2 chains, and we're going to place a double crochet into that 3rd chain, chain 2, and then we are going to place a double crochet into that same stitch. So just like we learned last week, we are going to do that same V-stitch all the way across. And if you forget how to do the V-stitch, you can just look in the top right corner, and there will be a link to that video. So you can see we already have our V's. I apologize, my fingers look black on the camera. I was spray painting something black earlier and I could not get the paint off to save my life, so here we are. Then go ahead and put that last one in there. And then right before I do that last double crochet, I'm actually going to go ahead and change yarns again. So this time we are going to the color of yarn that we want to use for the petals. So once again, I'm using this purple. I'm sorry, I guess I don't know my colors today. I'm going to use this purple color. In case you haven't noticed, apparently purple is my new favorite color. I never really thought of purple as my favorite color, but I've noticed everything that I have bought recently is purple. So, you know, that's cool. Purple is cool. So, and if you aren't familiar with this particular join, then you can go ahead and there will be a link for this particular join that you don't have to sew in any of the ends for. Alright, so then we are going to go back and do that last double crochet. Okay, so now we are going to chain 2 because we're gaining height. And now this is where we are going to do 5 double crochets together in the middle of each of the V-stitches. So how do we do that? Okay, so we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that chain 2 space and pull up a loop. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay? Now normally this would be where we would yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops, but we're not going to do that. Okay, so we're going to start 5 double crochets. So that's 1. So yarn over, insert the hook again, yarn over, pull through just 2 loops. So that's 2. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, 2 loops. That's 3. Yarn over, insert the hook and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's 4. And 1 more. So yarn over, insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, so that's 5. So as you can see, it looks pretty big. Okay, so now we are going to yarn over and we are going to pull through all of these stitches all at the same time. And then we are going to chain 2. So the first chain is going to close that and keep all of those stitches together. And then the second chain that we're going to do is going to give us enough space so that we can work into this next one. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing again. So yarn over, work directly into the middle of the next V-stitch, and we're going to do 5 starts to the double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so now yarn over, pull through all 6 loops on your hook, and then we're going to chain 2. So 1 to close the flower and 1 for the distance. Okay, so let's go through this one more time. So we yarned over, insert the hook into the V-stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, go back into the stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, that's 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, that's 3, yarn over, insert into that stitch again and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, that's 4, and 1 more. So yarn over, pull up a loop through that stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through all the loops. Then chain 2. And that's really all there is to that stitch. But just look how cute those flowers are. I absolutely love them. They're so adorable. And you can make scarves or blankets or really whatever you want from these stitches. It's just so cute. So I'm just going to go through and show you a couple more until I reach the end of my row. Okay, so if you get lost as to how many of the starts of the double crochets that you're in, you can just count the loops that are on your hook. So we have the 1 loop that we started out with, and then each of the following loops is the number that you're on. So as you can see, I have 5 loops after that initial loop. Or you can, if you look closer, you can see each of the separate starts to them. So that's an easy way if you get distracted or you lose count. Believe me, I am notorious for losing count of stuff, so I have to know the cheats to things like that. Okay, so now I'm going into that last one. So we are literally going to do the very same thing that we've been doing the entire round. Five, pull through, and chain 2. Now, as you can see, we have these adorable tulips. I absolutely love these tulips. So now, of course, you're going to want to know how you're going to continue on. So now that we have finished that, I'm going to show you how you can create this border on the top so that you can continue to do rows like this. Okay. So I went ahead and I changed yarn. So now we are going to turn our work around, and we are going to place 1 single crochet in the top of that tulip, and then we are going to place 2 single crochets in the center between the tulips. So 1 and 2. If you remember, our starting chain was a multiple of 3 plus 1 at the end, so that will give us back our multiples of 3. So every top of the tulip gets 1 single crochet, and every chain space gives 2 single crochets. So you just want to keep doing that until you reach the end of the row. Okay, at the end, chain 1. And then if you recall, between each of the rows, as I said earlier, between each of the rows, as I said earlier, you're going to put 2 rows of single crochets. So once you finish that second row of single crochets, you are ready to go ahead and do another row of tulips. So that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Next week we're going to mix it up a little bit again, and we're going to do another Red Heart Amigurumi tutorial. This time we're going to do these cute little mermaids. So I'm so excited to show that to you, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and have an amazing day. Bye!